Welcome to part 3 of Nicktoons based game reviews. In part 2 I've talked about Rocko's Modern Life Spunky's Dangerous Day. Now we're going to take a look at another Nicktoons games for the Super NES. And that, my friends, is Real Monsters. I remember seeing the show in 1994 on Nickelodeon, then I got the game for Christmas back in December of 1995 due to the show being a success, which led to toys and even video games. And without any further, let us begin. As soon as you begin, you'll see a cutscene of Ickis waking up for school. For the gameplay, you can play as either Ickis, who is my favorite character, Crumb, or Oblina, by pressing either the L or R buttons. Each monster can throw garbage and fish bones, including team moves and scaring enemies such as rats, birds, and humans. There are certain things to avoid in each stage, like water, spikes, etc. When you're low on health, you eat garbage, bugs, and a jar of fleas like in the show. And while I'm talking about a jar of fleas, that one was a reference to one of the Season 2 episodes where Ickis keeps a dog and named him Fungus. Yeah, a monster and his dog instead of a boy and his dog. Some parts of the levels can be frustrating as hell, like this part where you have to go on one of the fans. Yeah, that one was a total pain. I forgot to mention the yellow arrows. If you touch them, you'll continue where you left off after you die. Oh yeah, check this out. Whenever you're not playing, the monsters will goof around. Reminds me of Sonic the Hedgehog goofing around. I find that funny. And by the way, if you fall off somewhere very high, you can get hurt. I mean, where have I seen that before? Oh yeah, as if the game designers of Super Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, and Donkey Kong 64 used a time machine, played this game, and must have gotten that idea. You even have bosses, first being a dog who's pretty easy once you know some kind of pattern, like in the Mega Man series where you discover a pattern while fighting the Robot Masters. The next boss is a teacher in the school stage. All I do is scare instead of throwing projectiles. In the third level, you face two bosses, one from the first level, and then the Snorch. I'm sure fans are familiar with this character. He doesn't speak, but Zimbo is able to translate. Yes, Zimbo, is able to translate what my good friend Snorch is talking about. I remember an episode where Dr. Buzzcut built a device that allows him to speak. Now, how do you beat him? Well, you have to throw your projectile at the tire that you see above. In the episode The Switching Hour, Crumb uses his eyes to tip over a toilet, knocking him out. You can even go down toilets like they do in the series. There's even mini-games. I only did one where you have to go through one of the hoops, but I failed. I do have one complaint about this game. It doesn't have a password system. They should have included one so that you can continue a level where you left off, or choose a level. Now, I know what you folks are going to say. Did you ever beat this whole game? No, but I ended up dying in the post office level and that's about it. So to close things out, Real Monsters can be frustrating, but fun. I heard it's a lot better than the Genesis version, though I did sold it by accident back in 2000. Yeah, I totally regret on doing that. I still wish I had that game. Anyway, this ends the third part of Nicktoons based game reviews. Check in for the final part as I take a look at Stimpy's invention. Stay tuned.